The two wheels I have in front of me is one of the strongest wheels you can find in BMX. Trust me, I've been in the game for almost 20 years and I've bent a couple wheels, even these, this was the first ride I rode them. So that's on the other side of the spectrum. But then you have these ones. And I'm just gonna go straight to the point. These are G-Sport, what's it say? Rib cage. So I've been riding hard for 20 years. Ups and downs, crashes and wins. Wheels is extremely important when it comes to BMX because they're so vulnerable. Frames are pretty much like, well, every now and then they break, but it doesn't happen often. It used to be, back in the days, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. When I was riding contests, I was riding total bikes. They broke all the time. I'm not shitting on total. Great frames, great geometry, have great looks, but they broke all the time because they're meant for ramp and I ride pretty much everything. And I ride it into water, mud, whatever you want to say, whatever I can ride, I ride it. So you can't really say it's meant for my use, you can say. So they usually broke a lot. Bars, they bend every now and then. Forks, sometimes they start cracking up here. But wheels is very, very important to have. Like, it's important to have a good set of wheels. I have now had these wheels for about 6 years. 6 years. I've switched out the spokes probably multiple times. As you can see here, these ones snapped off. Couple ones missing here as well. They're a little bit buckled. Same with the actual rim. It's damaged. So the reason these are extremely strong, the hubs, not the reason. Neither is the spokes, but the actual rim is very, very important. These ones are double, what do you call it? It's like double aluminum. And the sides are extremely fat, you can say. They do weight a little bit, but it's 100% worth it. The one I have in the back is a rib cage as well. Extremely strong. Back rim, like the rear one, the one you have on the rear, is definitely way more important than the one on the front. I also have a G-Sport on the front. I've taken off the stickers, but it's I think it's called a bird cage. So now I've finally moved on to new wheels. And what am I choosing? Of course I'm choosing G-Sport. Only on the back though, because on the front I couldn't find it. So it says Merit. It was the best one. I actually just chose, usually in life you get what you pay for, so I just choose something that was not, I think they were probably the most expensive ones. BMX parts is not very expensive, so I just choose the ones that look the best and was priced decently. Like when you go for the cheapest ones, you usually get like the cheapest quality as well, which I'm not into. I'm not into the cheapest quality because I'm quite serious when I ride and you do like big jumps and stuff like that. So if you have sketchy parts, it's very easy to have a very strong bike. Just not buy the cheapest stuff. With me I have very, very basic tools. I put my AirPods on the ground because I didn't have anywhere else to put it. A pump and the multi-tool, and that's pretty much all you need. So what we're doing today is, we're switching over the wheels and we're gonna test ride them. It's gonna be pretty much just a normal ride. I'm here in a new park. I chose another park than my usual local because I've just been there so many times now. Time to switch things up. So yeah, I recently got back from Malaga on a little Spain trip. Oh, that was loose. So our bike is slightly dirty because it has just been flued there, pretty much. So mud everywhere. You can probably relate, but when you have old stuff, it's always like everything is like buckled. And when you open one side and you try to lose this one, the whole axle just keeps on turning. Yep. Time to switch it out every now and then. BMX parts is not very expensive, so you know you can switch it out. I have my work clothes on today, so knife in the belt. Usually the tool I use the most at work, to be fair. Very important to take out all the air when you're changing the tires. And pretty much all BMX tires are very easy to swap out. You can do it. Is that a dent? Don't think it's a dent. Very important when you swap out the tires, make sure to pop it out like that from the side. So the edge, like that little line you see right here, is kind of the lock on the tire. Gets pushed to the center, and then you can hear that little pop. And then they're quite easy to pop off. If you haven't tried any other motorsports, you can't really appreciate how easy it is to fix a BMX bike and do like any mechanical work on a BMX bike. Everything is just so light and easy. Front wheel as well. Maybe we should do the whole back wheel actually. So here I've chosen plastic hub guard, starting with the hub guard. This is G-Sport new rib cage rim. It's the same as the other one. It's just new and not buckled. And I think I chose G-Sport hub as well. To be totally fair, I have no idea how this is going to perform. Usually all BMX hubs are the same, except profiles. I used to have profiles. I feel like they're built for ramp riding. So I used to ride pegs with them, and I would break the axle, like the axle. So you have female bolts, and then you have like an aluminum axle in the middle. That axle broke several times, so it was a headache. Even though they sound nice, you know, with a loud clicking, they're extremely nice riding with. They roll, they look nice, they roll very, it feels like they roll quick. I feel like the bearings are higher quality on profiles, but they just don't hold up. And you can get tons of titanium parts as well, so they look and feel really nice and light, but you know, they just don't hold up. It's very, very important for me that my bike doesn't break. So when I'm riding, you know, when I've traveled across the globe to abandoned water parks and stuff like that, the bike just cannot break. That's illegal. So yeah, strong parts, not very hard to get. It says roll away. They're probably strong. As long as the rim is strong enough, that should be enough. So yeah, just pop it on. So same thing, just all the way around. There we go. Pump it up. $4 pump, that's what you're getting. Not the best, but, you know, it works. They're small, it's a little and neat, so I can bring it on trips, which is important. Very important to always bring a pump when you're going on a BMX trip. A little bit more. Should be enough. Take off the peg. Yeah. If you ever have your axle, if you need to get something off the axle but it's stuck, use this trick. To make it fit. How nice is this? Smooth. And then pegs are so light these days. I remember when I was young, we had these full metal pegs. They slide, they don't slide as good, and they're heavier. These ones are super, like, it's like it's air. This is probably like 20 grams or something. Here we go. You don't usually need to put the washer in there. It's just easier just to have it, you know. Yeah, here we didn't need to do it. I love this. Love the way it fits. Here we go. There we go. Stand on your frame, push with your left hand or right hand, whatever side you're on, and tight. This is how I'm always getting a tight chain. Very important in BMX bikes to have a tight chain. So when you're doing whips and stuff like that, the pedals are not turning crazy. So when this side is tightened, usually one side, when you crank like this, one side the chain is tighter or looser than the other side. Like here it's loose, here is tighter. So put on the loosest spot and then pull the wheel to this side. Push it, I mean. Then you can see it's loose. Open up on the other side and push it that side again. Could actually tighten it a little bit more. There we go. It's straight enough. Straight enough. Yeah, front wheel. Take out the air. Same procedure. Exactly the same thing. push the sides of the wall into the center. Even easier. You can see the sides here they're slightly shorter. They're not as tall up there. So the tires pop out easier. But on the bright side, they're easier to change when you're changing wheels. Usually that thing doesn't happen a lot. Unless on the back wheel. Sometimes that happens on the back wheel. But I prefer it this way, because then it's easier to change if you're having a flat or something. I usually pump up the tires slightly more when I'm putting it on. Very unprofessional. There we go. Which side is preferable? Doesn't really matter on the front wheel. You can just turn it. It's too easy to put on. It's too easy. Okay, so here we go. Going through. Very fun to watch. Very. A little bit harder. I like to have them quite hard actually. I usually ride very, very hard tires. Most people on the street, on street bikes, don't really like that. They like that little bouncy feeling. But it there we go. Yeah, should be good. I don't like the bouncy feeling when I'm on a ramp because dude's taking photos. What's he up to? Anyway, I don't like that when I'm out riding ramps. Okay, let's put on. I'm using my old what's it called? Hub guard? Like that. We need to do the same thing. So annoying when you have old stuff. Everything is just like buckle and doesn't work. That's kind of annoying. Put the bolt in. No. Look how beaten these rims are. Wow. Especially the back wheel. Look at all those. Who has curved these rims, you may ask? Even both sides. Huh. They're actually most on the non-peg side, on the driver's side is more. I have no idea. Perhaps some of you in the comments, can you tell me why these rims are more curved? It's not called curved when you're on a bike, but you know what I mean. They're more scratched up on the driver's side. Why is that? They're almost smooth on the other side. This side is extremely scratched up. I have no idea why that is. That's weird. Okay. What was it? Here. Here we go. Putting the washer in just because, you know, why not? There we go. New wheels. They feel and look, well, they look quite similar, but they do feel different. When I have on the old wheels, the whole bike was vibrating. Perhaps you can hear it. Do you see the wobbles? It's like out of center. Plus the bearings are very not smooth. So they're like jumping. Probably can't see it on the camera. These one spins forever. So smooth. I should have had a, you know, a little grease button where you can like press extra grease in. So when they're worn out. Yeah, here we go. Nice ones. Feeling nice and smooth. Ooh. Sweet wheels. Okay, we're gonna switch clothes and we're gonna have a little session in the skate park. AirPods goes in. Oh yeah. Knife into here. Go back to the car. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh. So when it comes to riding pads or just riding gear in general, we're gonna go through it because why not? Because why not? Riding shoes always has been the last couple of years. These ones do look quite awful, but I just bought them like ages ago and I never threw them because I knew I was going to use them for riding. You know, it's a consumer good. They do get beaten up quite easily. Quick, look at this. Haven't been riding with these for too long and they look like that. Air Jordans protect your ankle. They're like the sole is very low, making them really nice and good for riding, to be fair. Take off the pants. Now we were getting very in depth of my riding regimen before I start. Always have tennis socks. That's what we call them in Norway. Mafia branded. Parking man's over there. He got lost. Pads. Always wear pads. I always wear pads when I'm riding. A day without pads, riding day without pads, is totally useless. Fuse one piece for each leg. Knee, shin, side of the shin. Extremely good. Pretty much all you need. You know, C straps. And they're good. I think they're like 100 euros or something. Boom. Like that. I usually like riding with tighter jeans. They're more fitted ones because they keep the pads in place, which is very important because when you ride, you know, you jump up and down. The bike, you know, not the bike, but you keep on, they're like they're not properly mounted to you. It's not like they're stuck, so they move, but when you have fitted jeans, they keep them in place. You know, keep these on. Wool socks used by the Norwegian army. Extremely warm and nice. Definitely a must when you live here in the Arctic climate. Wow, that's cringe to say. But it's true. It's very true. Here we go. Put it in here. Yeah. Oh. You should go through the tools I have in my car as well. Not very relevant to the video at all. Okay. Beanie off, helmet on. Inside, please. Okay. Trail on the car. About to do a project later today. Running two businesses at once. Oh yeah. Could have pumped them harder, but I didn't. Woo. I never ride inside here. I remember I rode here tons when I was younger, but I never went in here because there was always glass pieces in here. This is actually new. This bowl, OG viewers, this is way back. Way. Oh. Wheel feels nice. Yeah. Sorry the noise from the traffic here. It's not very avoidable, is it? This place, woo-wee, I've been here a lot throughout my riding career. A lot. But I haven't filmed there much. I have been here a couple times. So the OG viewers, if you've watched any, let me know if this is you. If you watched one of the earlier videos I filmed here, comment. And what video it's from. So yeah, here's a bowl. and then something that kind of reminds you of a bowl. So everything is covered in leaves. It's very wet. Yo. Oh, I'm a little bit bummed. The park looks like it is. It's very wet. Use the slide on. What were the guys thinking building this? It's such a weird way of building a park, to be fair. Phew. Sketch it whip. What should we try? Nose, double peg bar as a warm up. Easy. These ones are nice. It's incredible how much fun you can have on a single ledge, you know? Just something like this, mounted to the ground. Just like that. Ooh. Wheels do feel completely the same. There's nothing new about them. You know, rim is... They do roll better though. I can actually feel that when I'm riding. Everything on the BMX bike is so sensitive, which is quite unique. I've done other sports as well, mountain biking, motocross, enduro. You can pretty much like just switch to another bike and it's not much different. You can probably relate to this if you're a BMXer. But if you adjust and just like a centimeter, a couple of millimeters, you do feel a crazy big difference, which is weird. It's very typical BMX. Okay, for fun, I'm gonna try something I've never done before. And you can see it now. Not that. 180 bar to Fakey Smith. Do you see the vision? Do you see the vision? I just randomly came up with that idea. Amazing. My phone calling. Phone's ringing. Ooh. Just randomly came up with that idea. I don't know how that happens. It just do. Yo. So easy. I mean, it's a short ledge, not very tall. Hallo. Nei, ikke akkurat nå. Jeg skal ringe deg tilbake. Jeg har ikke kjøpt noen sykkel, og jeg vet ikke helt når jeg kommer til å gjøre det. Så. Ja. Veldig gjerne. Ha det. Yeah, okay. Phone sellers, just bringing you all inside my life, for real. No edits, no cuts. Sorry for the interruption. Ooh. Look at the metal here. You can't see it through camera, but it's extremely horrible. It slides extremely bad. I'll show you. Not the best. Okay. Is that counted? Might be. Oh, I used to love I used to love these steep ramps, banks actually in general, especially steep banks. Just doing stuff up there, you know, rolling around, you know, learning all the BMX tricks, the actual, like the base tricks. Say like a tail whip up bank. This is the place to learn a tail whip up bank. Hundreds of tries went into me here learning whips up banks in this exact spot. Stamina's down, and now we can, you know, casually whip down, I believe. Easy. I'll follow up. Very slippery. Wow. You know, happens. What's the thought on this? Is this a rail or a ledge? A lail. Something in between. Totally unusable. Useless is probably the word I'm looking for. But yeah, look how you can't even jump it up. Well, you can if you're Brad Sims and you can bunny up 6 feet. Useless. They used to be so bad when making skate parks. I still feel they are though. In my opinion, they are. Whenever I have new parts, I don't feel like pushing myself. You know, it's just wheels. Ooh, rail ride. Oh, I should do that one. Yeah, don't really feel comfortable doing too much, actually. Oh. Tires are slippery. Doesn't really help. Oh, come on. So uncomfortable. Ooh. Oh, come on. I know what you're thinking watching this. I could do better. Like you watching this could do better than me. Probably. Because now I'm uncomfortable. But could you do that? Huh? Woo! Or that. That's always been my thing. Equally good on street and park. Just like an all-around router. Like the AliExpress version of Dennis Enarsson. So wheels do feel very solid. They roll better. Like you could easily feel that. You know, when you have bad bearings and you put press on them, or you actually put weight and then you roll, it's quite easy to understand. They don't roll as good as new ones when they're completely smooth and greased up. Absolutely. We should do something other than basic stuff. Whip to bar. Whip to bar is a cool trick. See if we can pull one. Not with the sun in our face. We could do that. Oh, there. Here we go. Oh. You know, I said on vlogs before, there's just some tricks I never, even after 20 years of riding, almost, it's like 19. But there's just some tricks I never got the hang of. Not like completely dialed in. Especially when it comes to, let's say, like a whip to bar. I can do them like quite a lot. I could do them in a riding run, say like a competition riding. I could do a whip to bar every now and then. They usually do happen quite easy. But when I get to a place like this, it's windy, you have sun in your eyes, and it's just like, nah, it's, well, I could, but it just takes a ton of tries. But then, on the other hand, we have tricks which just feels extremely easy. Feel like a flare drop, just comes so natural and feels so easy to me. I probably pull one right here, into concrete. This is actually the first concrete ramp I tried into. I smashed my hip so bad, but now I feel so much safer on them. It's weird, I can't really explain it, but I could definitely jump on a bike and do one. Quite easy, let's see. It's always the same feeling as well. Always makes me laugh by joy. It just feels so easy. It's literally so easy. I'm 30 now. I've been doing this for ages. Had a break for a couple of years. Just stuff like that just makes riding so worth it. So easy. I've even done it onto the grass here as well. Popping from a straight bank. Doesn't feel too hard. I know a lot of people are struggling with them, but they just feel so natural to me. It's probably the way, like, my technique on them. Because I've seen people who, like Logan Martin, he looks like a machine when riding. He can do whip to bars, like, so easy, like, and bars, multiple bar spins. Was his record, like 6, probably 366 bar spins after each other in a row, in one jump. I could never. I've done 3, maxed out by far. So yeah, but it, you know, flare drops feels quite easy. I actually pulled a 900 here when I was 16. Random fact. Can't really pull up the video because it's 14 years ago. So yeah. Great big banks. I don't see much of those anymore. Opposite as well, also a trick. I've gone through that before. Also a trick I never feel safe on. I can do them every now and then. So yeah, that is my new wheels and some riding. Psychology behind riding. I hope you feel smarter after watching this. Definitely not dumber. You know, I've been in the game for some time. Perhaps I have something to learn. People have something to learn from me. Can pass on, you know, the knowledge of BMX riding for future generations. Because BMX has given me everything. I would probably be nothing without BMX. And I'm extremely thankful for that. So I'm ready to give back. 100%. I've always been a fan of that. It just feels it's a natural thing to do. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.